Whoever 2016 on a 66 registration, Scania K410EB, Caetano Levante 2, 80-seat, PSVR compliant executive coach. So, do you know what? Done a Levante look better with a bit of colour on it. Honestly, done it. Let's be honest, that looks like a proper coach now. And obviously, we're at Skills in Nottingham, looking at this, obviously, ex-National Express vehicle that has been converted for further use as a high-capacity people mover, mainly school groups, but usable vehicle, to be honest. Alloy wheels fitted, bodywork on the offside, all good. No issues there. Under the bonnet, Euro 6 Scania engine, that's driven through Scania's automated OptiCruise gearbox. Back down the near side, again. Little bit of naupna summit on the back corner, but do you know what? Obviously, with gallons of this green paint, we've got a body shop right there. We can tidy bits and bobs like that up. The biggest worry is, and I think this needs addressing, is the ripples in this locker. Obviously it's had some sort of repair that could have been done better. But again, it can be addressed. Power operated lockers. Masses of luggage room, because it's all that's between the axles on these is fresh air. So, no centre toilet interruption, no centre steps, all lockers. The one thing that I think was sensible with the Levante 2s was just putting power lockers on the near side. Two reasons for that. How often do you use the offside? And if there's a problem with these, you can use the other side, can't you? You know, but great for luggage. And the other thing as well, being triaxle, weight issues aren't there, are they? You know, so school residentials, PGLs, you know, Kingswoods, them sort of places, 80 kids and teachers, 80 bags, easy peasy. That's what I like about these. LED destination displays to front, side and rear. We've got a front step mounted wheelchair lift, again great because it doesn't take any luggage space up. And then when we jump on board, we've got 80 prime seats. So they're finished in this red Sigma, I call it tennis ball maquette. But it works. The good thing about the sort of Levantes from about 2011, 12 onwards, they have grey curtains so you can put any colour in. And it works. You can put blue in, you can put black in, you can put green in, it doesn't matter, it works. So you never get sort of thinking, they look out of place. You know, the earlier Levantes with blue curtains wouldn't have worked. So the seats are great, 3-point seat belts are fitted, proper people mover. Skills have decided to retain the rear floor mounted toilet. Me personally, a lot of people will prefer an extra 5 seats. However, I did have a conversation with an operator who's got a similar vehicle, and he said, do you know what, we took a lot of school groups into London. He said, so these tick the Euro 6 box, but also you're not having to stop for a loo stop because the loo's there, and the kids aren't going to go down the middle steps and open the wrong door because it's at the back floor mounted. Perfect. So I get it, you know, I get it. We're wired for CCTV, we're fully air conditioned. We've got wood effect laminate to the floor. For me, fantastic idea, and going forward there's going to be less of them to buy. Okay, I've said this on a few of my videos now, and I've also said it in the trade press. There's less and less diesel double-deck buses to come onto the second-hand market. So if you can't get 80 seats that way, you've got to get 80 seats this way, and you might not like it, And it might not be ideal, but unfortunately, it is how it is. You know, and I think a lot of operators out there, you've got to start thinking about that. And I know you've got to have accessibility issues, and I understand that. And there's not a lot we can do about that, but it's something that's going to have to start going through your thought process for the future. You've got 2 seats here on quick release tracking. That then gives you 76 plus 1 wheelchair. The other thing is, a lot of people go, Levantes. Do you know what? Levante 2s are far better built than Levante 1s. Levante 1s, we all know, suffered with a bit of tin worm. Right? Alright, a lot of tin worm. These, not so much. Okay. Far, far better built. And Levante 3s, like that over there, better again. You know, mileage will be an issue for some people. You've got to remember, these vehicles, the majority of that mileage is cruising mileage on the motorway. They've all come out of National Express operators which have to meet a certain particularly high standard. I know because I've been ops manager, well, I was going to say for one, for this one, funnily enough, down at Silverdale. So I know what it's all about. You've got to jump through that many hoops. You know that these vehicles mechanically should be right. You know, you've got brilliant maintenance facilities over there and bodywork facilities. You have to, because National Express will accept nothing less, and that's something to take into account. You know, mileage for me is a number, right? It's like my van. It's 2 years old. It's done over 30,000 miles, but it's main dealer maintained, so it doesn't bother me. You know, you can get something that's done a quarter of the mileage and it's never seen a spanner. You know, you've got to take these things into consideration. Anyway, dash is all in good order. Everything's where it should be. We've got a bit of a couple of broken buttons that I suspect that is possibly wiring to do with the ticket machine that was on there, where you can see the hole for that. Can't do anything about that. We know they've had them. There is a fixed monitor there, but there's no sort of... I'm not sure why these are fitted, whether it's for advertisement purposes or whatever, because there certainly isn't a DVD player. This one has the added advantage of a courier seat. You know, for me, as I said, lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, automated emergency braking system. For me, I get the concept, and I think it's a good concept. You know, so... And as I've said, I think with a colour on them, a Levante is a different vehicle altogether. So to recap, this is a 2016 on a 66 registration, Scania K410EB, Caetano Levante 2, 80-seat PSVR compliant executive coach.